Oh, you're here too.
It's freezing out there, isn't it?
Well, let's go and warm you up.
Friends, today we're going to talk about how to create an apartment with elements of tropical style and cozy minimalism.
We'll tell you about how to set the vibe using colored accent lighting.
We'll show how to hide a standalone fridge, and we'll demonstrate how to hide the air conditioning system so it's out of sight and doesn't become an eyesore.
And all of this will be based on our completed project Villa in Bali.
This video will be useful because you'll learn a lot of tips and tricks that you can apply at home. Also, feel free to ask your questions, leave comments. We'll be happy to answer them. Let's go take a look. The main room in every house is the kitchen, living room, and dining room. It needs to have its own style and charm.
We had the idea to create a quite modern minimalist interior, but to make it cozier with more textured Balinese elements. For instance, this veneer on the ceiling. Look how unconventional it is. It's an unusual wood texture veneer with a slight ripple, and it's what creates the Balinese vibe, because it's unusual texture.
We use such veneer in another one of our projects, which is located in Moscow in the Moscow City skyscraper, to create this Balinese atmosphere. What else? See, you can take a real tree cross section and make a table out of it, like it's done here, for instance. You can also place some vases with dried flowers.
An interesting detail worth mentioning is that this is a tree cross section. It's painted black, so it looks minimalist, but at the same time, we understand that it's a natural tree cross section.
You can also use tropical plants. Here they grow directly in tubs. You can also find ferns for cold climate. You can find dracaena and other plants that will live in your home and create this tropical atmosphere.
You can use accents in the interior. For instance, here we use these abstract black sculptures. And we also have a huge canvas, a picture with a print, that sets the mood and vibe right at the entrance to the villa.
You can also use decor like wooden trays, which will look great with fruits on them.
An important point is working with textiles. We use quite textured fabrics here. I mean, this is a sofa with a chunky knit, or I don't know, a carpet with a chunky weave, pillows that seem to be made of burlap, but they are soft. I mean, a multitude of textures creates this coziness and richness of the interior.
Well, and of course, you couldn't have missed these gorgeous light fixtures. They have natural shape, create a special atmosphere, and are a kind of accent pieces.
If you use such an element, it's important not to be scared of the size. Because when there's no furniture yet, the light fixtures might seem gigantic. But when a big sofa appears, all the details appear, then the light fixtures of this size look impressive in proportion. It's important that the base is calm and neutral and the vibe is in the details. Because if it's the other way around, if the Balinese vibe is in the background materials and the details are minimalist, let's say a little vase, the effect will be completely different. There will be more chaos.
The main thing is not to use too many colors. You can't have more than 2 accent colors. How did we do it? We have a light base here made up of several shades. We have the color of wood, brown, we have black, and we have an accent on the color green, the color of the plants.
It's important to note that professionals often combine several shades of wood. But to avoid mistakes, if you're not very experienced, it's better to choose one color and stick to it.
So you need to look at everything as a whole. Let's show you the kitchen and tell you about its concept. One of our main principles is to hide all storage systems. So behind me there are a refrigerator, a washing machine, a cooler, and a microwave oven all inside that one cupboard. All this is hidden behind sliding doors. A feature of Balinese interiors is that they usually don't use built-in appliances, so the refrigerator is freestanding. You can use this approach at your home, because freestanding refrigerators can accommodate more products. A very important point, you need to calculate the depth of the refrigerator cabinet. The refrigerator is larger than a regular cupboard, so the cabinet should be deeper. We also hide all the electrical outlets. Guys, see, we are pulling out. And here, if you look from this side, there's a USB outlet and a regular outlet.
We always create large-scale designs. For example, here we made a large, solid kitchen island, which looks like a big cube. We always make wardrobes up to the ceiling, and on this project, we made the doors up to the ceiling to visually pull the room upwards.
We try to use the same materials to unify the space in different areas and in different rooms. Here we use the textured tile, it's white here, and black in the pool area.
One of the common materials in Bali is terrazzo. We used it both on the floor and on the walls. It's a dense mixture that is applied in a thick layer and leveled. We use these metal profiles because Bali is a seismically active zone. And if you don't make these joints here, cracks might appear. Also, in this area, we made an accent in the form of 2 stretch lamps, which go from the floor to the ceiling and give diffused light to this wall. One of the advantages of terrazzo is that it can be colored and you can create different shapes and change the size of these inclusions.
Guess what is that wonderful sofa? And who made it? It was made by Indonesian craftsmen who work right in Bali. Hello there? Guess what? Who came up with this comfy sofa? Indonesian... The main idea of this bedroom is to maximize the view on the rice fields and the view on the pool. The most interesting thing is that the pool seems to wrap around this bedroom and extends about 80 centimeters beyond the glazing. And right from the bed you can observe the fields as well as the beautiful blue pool, which ends with a beautiful, interesting, unusual, wonderful, magnificent, remarkable, irresistible green wall.
Lyosha, now we know you know a lot of adjectives, but will you tell us, please, about the bedroom?
We're working with volumes in the bedroom. We've got this cozy little box here, and using the panels, we've created a corner that highlights this bedroom. And take note, it's an excellent solution for those who want to hide an air conditioner. There's a built-in storage system, lattice on the top, and behind the lattice, there's enough space to fit an air conditioner. Some might say an air conditioner won't fit there properly, so it won't work correctly. We don't use an air conditioner in the temperate zones that often because we only need it for a few months in the summer, but we see it all year round. Well, on the tropical island of Bali, everyone does it like this. And even now, it's 29 degrees Celsius right now. We're fine. There's enough coolness to let the room breathe. The bedroom has an ensuite bathroom. How do you design an ensuite bathroom in a tropical style? First, you can use ladders. These wooden ladders create a tropical vibe, and they're very convenient for hanging towels and robes. You can also use plants. There are plants that will grow even in rooms without windows. And of course, you can use artificial plants. Nowadays, they're quite realistic. And of course, it's natural light in the bathroom. For instance, they often have natural light from the ceiling in Bali. But what if you don't have an opening in the ceiling? It's very simple. You can simulate it as if there's a window there, create natural light, do it with a panel, make some sort of alcove which doesn't reach the wall. And so you'll have an imitation of having the real sky there. In this bathroom, we used a technique to expand the space. The mirror goes from floor to ceiling. I mean, there's the same mirror under this vanity, and it goes up too. And you see, there's a division between the mirrors and alcove, and the alcove has lighting. It all looks very beautiful, especially in the evening. The lighting turns on. You can set any color, and it creates such a cool, unusual vibe, as if in the evening, you enter a different world.
They've made a whole tropical island in this bathroom. There's a skylight above it. It's covered with acrylic glass to prevent rain from entering the room. As for the sink and mirror area, we envisioned putting 2 mirrors here. They're asymmetrically divided by an alcove in which lighting is built in, which can also be changed in color, creating any vibe. We have color lighting in all rooms. Specifically in this bedroom, it's hidden behind panels and outlines the sleeping area. You can change the colors from pink to blue, green, yellow, and so on. Whatever your mood is today, that's the color. The windows of this bedroom open onto the driveway, so a small wall made of volcanic stone has been built here. And there's also an internal atrium with plants to separate from the part where cars drive or people walk.
How did it all start? We have a longtime client with whom we're working on several projects. You probably all know our airplane fuselage villa project. If you haven't seen this review, check it out. We finally finished it. Felix has some villas, and he already had ready design for the first stage. There are about 70 of them here. 76 villas, if I'm not mistaken. It's a complex of semi-detached villas. The villa we're in now is 11 by 11 meters. That's 120 square meters. It has a combined kitchen/living/dining area. A semi-detached villa is a villa that has a common wall with another villa. It turns out it's a complex of such villas, one after the other. The villa has a great view, and the whole wall overlooks this beautiful view. The villas are built quite densely here, but you have to keep in mind an important detail. When you design a room with a beautiful view, you should understand that the beautiful view can be built up, and you need to leave some space to have the opportunity to plant some greenery, to hide, for instance, the wall of a neighboring building.
When it comes to projects with 30, 40, 70 villas in a row, a first test sample is always made. We supervised the construction of this villa, so at the end we could see any peculiarities and check what's convenient, what's not, correct the drawings, so that all the other villas were built taking into account the lessons learned.